The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, blue 80, right 25. 54 miles. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, 59, ready.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Hey, check. Check right.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Lions pass taken in by Ridley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Hayden Hurst, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Wait, 380.
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. On second and a yard, Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. This guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. On second down, it's Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here we go, G.
Second and 10 now. Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Hey, orbit.
On third down, Ryan. Got a man open. It's Wims. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Hey, Tuesday.
First and goal at the 6-yard line. Throwing again, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? On second and 11 now, Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's third down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. Early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in. But at at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. Brady now on first down. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
A first down run there for Gurley, but nothing opening up as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, South. Hey, express.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Watch the safety creep. 11, 58, 5, 25.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And that one's complete to Gurley. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Now Brady. An incomplete, crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. It's not often that we put the word overthrow next to the name Tom Brady.
His accuracy is so good that when there are misses, they're usually not by much. So when we see one like that, look,
scratch your head a little bit. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On second down, it's Jones. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. On third down, here's Jones. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake, Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Here we go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the...
Mike Evans, he's going to go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans with touchdown number 12 on the year. as they are now on the board here in the first half. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
From the gun, Ryan dumps it off to Gurley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Ryan now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Bravo. Right there, 54. Right there.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. To throw on 3rd down, Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Todd Gurley as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jason McCourty. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And how about that for just running out the clock? So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Bucs inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Brady now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one good for 37 yards. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now Jones. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Throwing now is Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will get him one closer. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some, because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. The loop and a big loss here as he's taken down. William Golston in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. 7 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw again is Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 45-yard line.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now Ryan. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Ndamukong Suh able to record his 5th sack of the season. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. This one caught by Ridley. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know, maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Tackle made there by Mason Foster. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Going deep this time for Miller. And now here is another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Ryan. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. It's a gain of 35. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now is blitz coming, and down he goes. Devin White, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
He's going to take another. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play. On first down, Brady. Charles, you talk so much about quick change. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Ryan. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. He's picked off at his own 46 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So after the INT, it's Brady going up top for Miller. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw again on 2nd down. Brady, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And now here is another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
Vita Vea in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 46 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Ryan. This will be caught just inside the 10. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing again, Ryan. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Miller. He's got it.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at FedEx Field. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, they'll come.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. To try again after the sack. Ryan, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And we now have a new single-game interception king, a record-breaking 5th pick there.
If that's not the true definition of a ball hawk, I don't know what is. That is absolutely phenomenal. What comes to mind quickly, partner, is one of the more recent ones to get to 4. D'Angelo Hall, a terrific player in his own right, but in this case, 5. That sets a brand-new NFL record.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Finally a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. 51, sound. He's checking. Crash. Right there.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. Got a man open. It's Wims. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Ronald Jones, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it.
Julio Jones all alone. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Falcons, they're into the win column for the third time this year as they get the victory here. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
slide.